Welcome and thanks for playing the Grand National Novice Pairs. Hope you had a fabulous time. I'm Peter Hollands, and luckily today I'm joined by Max Henbest. Max has represented Australia Juniors, Australian Open. He's even captain various Victorian teams. Welcome, Max.
Thanks for having me, Pete. It's nice to be here on a lovely sunny day.
So today what we're going to be doing is just going over the boards and talking through how we think they should be bid. So jumping in and looking at board number one. So for this one, North has a 6-4 shape. Here, I wouldn't be preempting here. Often I don't preempt with a side 4 card major. What are your thoughts? Would you preempt?
I agree not preempting with a side 4 card major. If you are going to do it hearts, it's better to have hearts than spades, and definitely wouldn't do it with spades because spades are the master suit. But if somebody did do it with hearts, I might have a little bit of sympathy, but not a lot. So
yeah. It's like a contentious issue. Some people do it, and it's not, but I tend to avoid it. But here I would expect it to go past to South, who's got a balanced 16 count and can open 1 no trump. And West has only 8 points, but they've got a 7 card spade suit. I'd really want to be getting in on this auction. I would probably bid 3 spades, but I think 2 spades is okay. What do you go?
Yeah, 2 or 3. So partners are past hands, and the only time you really want to get like any too high in the auction is if partner's got a fit. So I think if you just start 2 spades is probably more than sufficient. Also, the spades aren't the best quality. Like you're missing the ace queen 10. So I'd be much happier if I had like the 10 of spades or something, preempting 3 spades. So, but depending on what methods you play, 2 spades or 3 spades would be fine.
Yep. And if it goes 2 spades with the North hand, I'd just make a takeout double. You've got 8 high card points, but you got fabulous shape. You want to be trying to bid on this one. I'd be interested in playing potentially 3 no trumps, 4 hearts, or 5 diamonds on this hand. So I'd start with a double for takeout, and East would pass, and South would bid 3 hearts, and then I'd be raising that to 4 hearts with the North hand there.
We went 3 spades by the West hand, and North makes the same takeout double. What would you do with the South cards?
I think I would be bidding 4 hearts again. You do have a spade stopper. You're also no guarantee of a heart fit here. But with ace third, like if I had a second spade stopper or a bit more texture in spades, I would probably choose 3 no trumps. But yeah, I reckon I'd opt for 4 hearts. What about you?
Yeah, agree. Also, if you had like say king third spade, I'd be much more inclined to be bidding 3 no trumps with that kind of a hand as well, because the king's not likely to be useful in 4 hearts, whereas the ace will be. So.
Yep. What about board number 2? How would you bid that one?
Board number 2, East dealer, 18 count, 5-5 in the reds, probably
5-4.
5-4 in the reds. Sorry, 10 looks like 2 cards. Probably an easy heart opener. It's definitely not a no trump with a 5 card major or anything like that. So open a heart. South probably passes. Partner would probably respond 1 spade. There's no need to jump even with 7 spades or anything like that. You can just nice easy 1 spade bid. North will pass. East, sort of, you could probably, now you've got some choices. You've shown your hearts, so you've got a couple of bids to choose from. You could bid 2 diamonds just naturally, or you could bid 2 no trumps, sort of 18-19 balance with a 5 card major. I don't really mind either, so I'd probably lean towards, well, depending on if you play 2 diamonds as forcing or not, sort of depends what you do here. But if 2 diamonds was non-forcing, I might be inclined just to bid 2 no trumps, just to sort of get the strength of my hand across and make sure that we didn't miss a game contract or anything like that. But if 2 diamonds is like 100% guaranteed forcing, partner will never pass, I'm more than comfortable with that option as well.
Yeah. So some people play just new suit as completely forcing. Other people in this spot play 2 diamonds as still forward going, but like 11 to 17 points, and jumping to 3 diamonds be sort of 18 plus and be strictly forcing. If you were in that spot where you had the 3 diamonds forcing, would you choose 3 diamonds or 2 no?
I'd choose 2 no. So 3 diamonds, jumping to 3 diamonds is it's forcing to game. And although I think I have a good hand, if partner just responded with say a 4 or 5 count and it's a 5 card spade suit, like maybe playing in 2 no is going to be much better than playing in game. So by bidding 2 no, it gives partner that option just to stop in 2 no if that is appropriate. And I do have a doubleton spade as well. So there are advantages to bidding 2 no trumps, and partner will now know I've got a balanced hand. So I would actually choose 2 no, even with the 5-4-2-2 kind of shape.
Yeah, and over 2-no pass.
Probably just easy 4-spade bid. Seven count with a 7-card spade suit. Partner's guaranteed to have a spade fit, so I wouldn't be looking for slam. It's definitely, it could make on some hands, but it's probably a bit optimistic, I think. So.
Yeah, I agree. Moving on to board number 3. Here would go pass, and West can open a club. North would pass, and East can bid a heart. South would pass, and West has a couple of choices. Some people might be keen to jump to 3 clubs here, but I really like showing my other suit. So I would bid 2 diamonds. This is a reverse. It shows 16 or more points in an unbalanced hand. 5 or more clubs, 4 or more diamonds. And I think that's just a really good description of your hand from there.
Mm-hmm.
North would pass. East has enough points for game. They could still potentially have a heart fit. They do have a diamond fit. They could be vaguely interested in slam. So it depends on what you do after this. Some people might play 4th suit forcing. So if you bid 2 spades, that just says, partner, I've got enough points for game, tell me more. If you play that, I think that's a good choice. If you weren't playing that, then East is awkwardly placed, but playing match points, I'd probably just give 3 no trumps a go. What do you reckon?
Yeah, so in playing match points, there's a lot to be said. Like, you definitely don't want to be playing in 5 of a minor. So if I had this hand and we're playing match points and we get past 3 no trumps, you're sort of almost committing yourself to be bidding 6 diamonds. Just because even if you play in 5 diamonds and happen to make, everyone in 3 no trumps is going to beat you anyway. So you're in a tough spot, and if you decide to go looking for slam, the moment you go past 3 no trumps, you're very close to committing to bidding it, even if it's going to be a bad contract. So the only thing I'm not so happy about is, like, if partner doesn't have, like, on the hand, partner has spade cards, but let's say on the hand, partner has had like 2 little spades, I might not be so happy with my spade stopper. So although I have a spade stopper, I'd personally bid 2 spades just to see if partner wanted to bid 2 no trumps. And if partner bid 2 no trumps showing some spade values, I'd more than happily bid 3. If partner doesn't have any spade values, then I'd be more inclined to be looking at a different contract.
I do think 4th suit forcing here is the best choice if you play it. And you can make slam on this hand, but I don't think it's realistic to be bidding it. And if you bid it, it's not a particularly good contract. So I'm more than happy just ending in 3 no trumps on this one.
Yeah, you're missing a key card and the queen, so it would be considered a bad slam contract. But if you did bid it, you would happen to make it, as it turns out, which would be a good result. So
moving on to board number 4. How would you bid this one?
Where do we start? West is going to start with a strong no trump opener. And it's going to go pass, and then the East has 20. So straight away, East knows that they're looking at a slam contract. It's just about finding the best slam contract. And options are definitely there in no trumps, and hearts and diamonds. So I suppose just about exploring which one's the best. Playing match points, once I might try and steer away from diamonds, try and focus in on hearts and no trumps, but like there's nothing wrong with showing the diamonds along the way. So I'd probably start off with just a transfer to hearts and then a 3 diamond natural bid. And then over the top of that, partner will probably bid 3 hearts showing a fit. So we'll end up playing in hearts most likely. Over 3 hearts, there's no issue with any one suit not having controls. So the simplest thing to do might be just to launch into keycard and go from there. Is there a way to bid Grand Slam? I suppose if the auction's gone to no trump, transfer, partner accepted, and then I bid 3 diamonds, partner bid 3 hearts. I bid 4 no trumps, partner's going to show me 2 key cards without the queen. So we have all the key cards, and then I can ask for the queen, or ask for king, sorry. And then if partner was able to show me that they had the king of clubs, I can now see that I've got 2 additional club tricks, provided partner's got ace, king, X of clubs to pitch my 2 losing spades. So if partner did show the king of clubs, I'd probably be happy bidding 7 hearts.
Yeah, so when trying to bid Grand Slams, you want to visualize what cards partner can have and how the play would actually go. So if you found that you had a heart fit, then you'd think, ooh, okay, I probably don't have any heart losers if partner's got the ace. You got the jack to worry about, but there's no great way to investigate that. But then you'd have these 2 spades and a club. If partner's got the ace of clubs, your queen's covered. If partner's got the king of clubs as well, that means your queen is now a winner, and the ace king can be used to throw those 2 spades away. You'd then have to worry about the diamond, and maybe partner's got the king of spades, maybe partner's got the jack of diamonds, maybe partner's got the jack of clubs. Like, there's lots of different options there. Maybe partner's got a shortage and you can just trump it. I think bidding the grand slam would be difficult here, but if you visualize partner having the ace of hearts, the ace king of clubs with a fit for hearts, I think maybe you could try and bid it. And with after key card, if you bid 5 no trumps, this typically says we've got all the key cards and tell me about your kings. And some people just show how many kings they've got, but I really like to show where I specifically have a king. So if you can show, hey, I've got a king here, finding that out can be really useful for that sort of hand visualization technique.
I do agree. And the last thing to consider as well is if you visualize partner with the ace of hearts, ace king of clubs, that's 11 points of their 15 to 17. So partner's bound to have another card somewhere. It might not be the card that you want, but they'll have another card somewhere. It might just be 2 jacks and a queen or something. Or it could be the 5-card suit or something like that. But like, it's the ace of hearts, ace king of clubs is not quite the full value of their hand. Also, if you played Q bidding, this would have been a great hand for Q bidding. As you over 3 hearts, you didn't have to launch directly into 4 no trumps. You could have used Q bids as well to find out a bit more about the cards the partner holds.
Yep. Moving on to board number 5. Here, North has a 1 heart opening, and East has an interesting choice. They could consider a 2 club bid. They could vaguely consider making a takeout double, but they don't have diamonds. I personally would make a takeout double, but I think 2 clubs is reasonable. What would you do?
Yeah, so 2 clubs is the practical bid, but the hand is really like, I want to find my spade fit, especially if the opponent's bidding hearts. So I would be making that takeout double as well.
If you do double with this East hand and partner bids diamonds, you just hope for the best. But it's worth noting that partner very infrequently would be bidding diamonds unless they've got at least 5. They're only promising 4, but they haven't bid spades, they haven't bid clubs, they haven't bid no trumps. They've skipped all these steps. So usually diamonds will be a playable spot if you do that. Overcalling 2 clubs is completely reasonable, but it makes it harder to get the spade suit into the picture.
Yep.
So I don't mind making slightly off-shape takeout doubles if my doubleton is in a minor. I never do it if my doubleton's in a major. So here, I think most auction will go heart 2 clubs, so I'll just follow on with that. If it did go heart double, I think the auction's pretty easy for East-West to get to 4 spades. But after a heart 2 clubs, South has good support for partner. They got 6 points. In competition, I really like to be able to use jump bids to show some extra length. So I think jumping to 3 hearts shouldn't be a limit raise or anything. It should just say, hey, I've got a distributional raise. I've got sort of 6 to 9 points, but I've got extra trumps. So I really like South jumping to 3 hearts on this hand. If you don't do that, 2 hearts is fine. And the reason being is in competitive situations, after a heart 2 clubs, what you can do is a Q raise to show a strong raise. So if you had 10 or more points with a fit, you could bid the opponent's suit. And I'd say, hey, I've got good hand, good support, and encouraging. And that then just frees up your 2 hearts, 3 hearts, 4 hearts, just for more distributional raises. So here I reckon it goes 3 hearts. And West is awkwardly placed. They've got a good hand, they've got a good fit, they definitely want to be doing something. They could just support clubs, they could also just make a takeout double at this stage, and that's maybe how you get your spades into the picture. And if it goes double, North's just a minimum hand, but they got extra trumps. They are vulnerable against not, and there's a lot of bidding. I'd probably just leave it there, but you could consider a 4 heart bid just based on the big distribution. But East should be showing their spades if their partner's been making a double there. So I think East-West should navigate their way to 4 spades, but a lot of ways you could get awkwardly placed in this one.
Yeah, I do agree. And the opposite partner's takeout double, so somebody makes a takeout double showing 3 or 4 spades. If in response you have a 4-card spade suit, it's sort of, you just sort of bid it. You don't need to, you shouldn't worry too much about potentially only having 3. Like, they will have 3 sometimes, but partner's made a takeout double for a reason. And if partner doesn't have spades of any kind, they won't leave you in 4 spades. So I'm definitely like, partner makes a takeout double, you got your 4-card major, you should just be responding it.
Yep. What about board number 6?
Board number 6, East as dealer. 10 points with a 5-card spade suit. Probably not good enough to open, so just a pass. South will probably open a strong no trump, balanced 16 count. Probably goes pass. North has 8 points and a 5-card heart suit. So 8 points is pretty close to the borderline of maybe potentially making an invitational bid. I'm definitely going to transfer to hearts on this hand. So step 1 would be transfer to hearts. And then over the top of partner accepting 2 hearts, it's sort of like I would most likely pass that if that was the option. But on the actual hand, you're going to transfer to hearts, it's going to go pass. And if you do play super accepts, South is a prime example of a hand where you'd want to super accept. Nice 4-card support and good strong values outside. So if over a transfer to hearts you do play super accepts, you could jump to 3 hearts as the simple super accept, or depending on if you play intermediary bids being something special as well. But either way, South should super accept, and over a super accept North probably would actually bid game. It's not going to make, but
I reckon it probably could make.
Could make.
The double dummy, they can beat it, but I think most of the time you're just going to lose 2 hearts and that ace of clubs.
Yeah.
I think the opponents have to be aggressive in trying to get their diamond trick, which I think isn't easy for them to do. So yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if you made 4 hearts. And I agree with the North hand. If you don't play super accepts, I'll just transfer and pass and leave it at 2 hearts. I don't think the hand's worth inviting until you find a good fit. But a super accept showing 4-card support and a decent hand, I think that makes the North hand much better, and I'd give 4 hearts a go. Yeah. Moving on to board number 7. So here it would go pass, and West has a really good hand, 5-4-0-4. So they can start with a spade. North would pass. And East has 10 points with a fit. They want to show their invitational raise. However you do that, maybe 1 spade, 3 spades, if you've got a different method. Whatever your partnership does, East wants to show an invitational raise. South would bid, and West is a really good hand. So they're probably just going to bid 4 spades. But if you play Q bidding, this would be a good time to try and do that. Because if partner's got the right invitational hand with sort of king of spades, ace of hearts, queen of clubs, something like that, you'd be able to make 12 tricks most of the time. So I do think West is worth investigating slam, but probably not committing to slam. And I think Q bidding is the only real way to potentially do that. Q bidding, where at this spot, if you bid, say, 4 clubs, would show first or second round control, asking partner to cooperate and respond likewise. Now, if you did that, partner would show stuff in diamonds, and you'd probably be disinterested and maybe stop at that stage. So I think I would still be ending in 4 spades. But with the West hand, I would like to make a slam try. Don't get too excited, though. And you definitely don't want to be using Blackwood. When you've got a void here, that's not going to give you a useful answer. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, spot on. I agree with everything. The other thing as well is if you did happen to bid 6 spades, you ended up in not a very good contract. So you have to lose a heart trick. And in addition to that, you also need to rough 2 losing hearts in the dummy. And then you also need to find the queen of clubs. So, 1 losing heart in dummy, because the ace of hearts happens to be onside. So you can play towards your king queen twice, but it's a lot of work to do, and in it, like minimum of finding the queen of clubs, plus you also need to make sure you can trump that 3rd round of hearts as well. So,
yeah. What about board number 8?
Board number 8, what do we got? West as dealer, 5-card spade suit, 9 points, probably an easy pass. North passes, that's a pretty good hand. That's 20-22 and 5-4-2-2. So this is a great hand. What do we actually have? So this is almost like if you do play 2 no trumps as a 20 to 22 point opener, this hand's almost too good for it. Mainly because you got the 5-card suit. So I'd actually evaluate this hand to be probably worth about 23. The queen doubles and spades a small distractor, so maybe slightly less than that. But you've got the 10-9 of clubs really solidifies up the club suit as well. So I'd rate this hand above a 20 to 22 point no trump. So if I did play a 20 to 22 point no trump, I'd actually open 2 clubs with the intention of then bidding 2 no trumps as a follow on, which would show like 23, 24, or 23 to 25, depending on how you play. So I'd start off by opening 2 clubs. It's going to go pass. On the West cards, now in response to the 2 club opening, the most typical bid is 2 diamonds. And I like to play that as just, hey partner, I heard that you opened 2 clubs. You tell me what you have. Like, I don't have any burning issue to say. And I've got a nice 5-card spade suit, but I don't feel the need to bid that straight away. So my hand is sort of like a one-trick pony, I guess you'd say, where at some stage, partner's going to, over 2 diamonds, partner's going to bid something, and I'm going to be able to bid 2 or 3 spades, and then that's going to show my hand. So I just bid 2 diamonds. On the actual hand, partner's going to bid 2 no trumps, showing 23, 24 points balanced, and then I'll transfer to spades. And I'd love to be able to make some sort of slam try on this hand as well, but it's a bit awkward, I guess. So effectively, partner's shown a 23, 24 point hand. I've transferred to spades. Partner probably bids 3 spades accepting, and then it's my bid. And I don't know that I've got a spade fit, and so there's no real good practical way to bid this hand anymore. I've got 9 points. Opposite partner's 23. Minimum of 23, I guess. I'd probably just be looking at bidding slam. If I bid 4 clubs or 4 diamonds here, I don't think that'd be Q bids. Partner hasn't promised to fit for me in spades. I'd consider them to be natural. At the same time, if I was to jump to 4 no trumps over the top of partner's 3 spades, a lot of people play that as Blackwood. Some people play that as like an invitation to slam as well. So assuming I can't do that, I'd like to make an invitational bid towards slam. But assuming I can't do that, I'd probably just sort of make up a suit. And if partner shows me a fit in spades, I bid 6 spades. If partner doesn't show me a fit in spades, I bid 6 no trumps.
Yep. I think they're both practical, trying to get to slam. Here, slam goes down. It's on a spade finesse, but this slam's fine.
It'll only go down on a heart lead, won't it? So
they have to find the right lead, and then you have to take a losing finesse to actually go down.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on the East hand bidding 2 clubs and then bidding 3 clubs?
I don't really like it. Reason being is it chews up all the bidding space. I've got a 5-4-2-2, and I don't really want to emphasize playing in a minor with a 5-4-2-2. So by bidding 3 clubs, I'm showing my club suit, but at the same time, I'm making it harder to bid to a 4 of a major contract if partner has a 6-card major. So the option's gone. I've shown 2 clubs, partner bids 2 diamonds. I bid 3 clubs. If partner bid like 3 hearts or 3 spades, is that 5? Is that 6? It really limits the options, and it makes the hand a lot harder to play, or harder to bid. Sorry. It's on a hand where I don't really actually want to play in 5 clubs or 5 diamonds, looking at my hand in isolation. So I'd prefer to bid, show this as a balanced hand.
Yep.
The last thing as well is, if partner does want to play in 5 of a minor, if I bid 3 clubs, then like I've sort of excluded the diamond suit. Whereas if I bid 2 no trumps, I've actually shown something in both minors, so that if partner really does want to play in a minor, we could play in either one. So
yeah, nice. I agree. I think there's definitely a 2 no trump bid. Moving on to board number 9. Here North would pass, and East can open 1 club, and South should be overcalling a spade. Now West has a couple of choices here. They could bid 2 no trumps, they could bid 3 no trumps, or they could bid 2 diamonds. Just for trying to evaluate this hand, I probably would treat this as a game forcing. It feels like a nice 12 count. So I would typically game force, so I wouldn't be bidding 2 no trumps. I think 3 no trumps is reasonable, but I'd probably prefer my partner to be playing no trumps if possible. So I'd probably start with 2 diamonds, but I think 3 no trumps would be completely reasonable choice. Over 2 diamonds, North may pass, but I actually really like supporting partner in competitive options, especially not vulnerable. So I would stretch and bid 2 spades. And now it gets pretty awkward for East-West. As East, I'd probably just raise 2 diamonds to 3 diamonds. And I'd go pass, and I think West just has to give 3 no trumps a go now. They haven't managed to find a way to get their partner to bid it. And if they mess around too much more, they might not get there. I
agree with everything, and I really like the raise by North as well. So partner bid a spade for a reason. They want to try and find a fit. You've got a fit. You should be looking for excuses to raise partner. So,
yep. What about board number 10?
Easter's dealer, easy pass. So South's got a great hand, 14 count, 6-4 in the blacks. Easy one club opener. West should just be passing over this. There's no need to be bidding clubs or preempting in clubs or doing anything. You don't have a great suit. The opponents have opened it, and you don't have a lot of points either. So I'd just pay easy pass by the West hand. So South's going to open a club. Looking at North's hand, North has also a 6-4, but in the reds. So you've got 6 diamonds and 4 hearts. I know that some people like to prioritize bidding their hearts on this in response to a club, but you should you only do this with like a very specific reason. So with the North hand, you've got a great hand, and I want to bid both my suits. I want to tell partner I've got both hearts and diamonds. So I would definitely respond to diamond with the intention of following up with a 2-heart bid at my next opportunity. If the only time I would prioritize bidding my hearts over my diamonds is sort of if I only have one bid, or if I have like a very balanced hand as well, and I had no interest in playing in diamonds. So club, partner bid a diamonds. South should probably just bid a spade. And then as the North hand, you now know that you don't have a heart fit. And in addition, because partner would have responded a heart if they had 4. And so there's not really a lot to do. You're probably now looking at a no trump contract, but I might just not want to bid no trump straight away. The question is, am I strong enough for game? I probably would force to game with this kind of a hand, just because if I don't force to game, I risk playing in the wrong contract as well. So I'd probably start with a 2-heart bid, which wouldn't be natural. It would be 4th suit forcing. South would probably bid 2 no trumps, saying I have a heart stopper, and I'd probably just raise that to 3 no trumps, and that would be that. Whether I make 3 no trumps, I'm not 100% sure. Hand record says I don't, but it looks like a bit touch and go. So you could easily make it. The Jack 10 of spades come down tight. Would I actually have to lose a diamond, a club, a heart, and a spade is probably what I want to try and get away with, but I just might not be able to get there in the end. So
I think the main issue on this hand is just communication. It's going to be awkward, like with voids opposite each other's suits. So this is a typical hand where you could easily strand winners in the other hand and be like, what else could I have done? So you want to be very careful of your entries when trying to play this one.
Yep.
Moving on to board number 11. Here South would pass, and West has 17 points and a 5-4-2-2 shape. So usually I like to treat this hand shape as a balanced hand shape. So a 5-4-2-2 shape, I would very happily treat it as balanced. But here we've got 17 and a 5-card suit. I think this is too good for a 1 no trump opening. I think it's more appropriate to try and treat this as 18-19 balanced rather than 17. So this hand shape in general I think is good for a 1 no trump opening, but I would be upgrading it to 18-19 and opening a diamond. Over that, with the North hand, I would overcall a heart. So I like aggressive overcalls at the 1 level. So I bid a heart, and East can bid 1 spade. This would typically show 5 spades, because if they only had 4, they could double to say, hey, I've got 4 spades. So after the 1 heart overcall, you got that available. South has a fit and can raise to 2 hearts. And West could still follow up with their plan and bid 2 no trumps, showing 18-19. If they don't bid there, they're sort of stuck. So I think I like a 2 no trump bid. North would pass, and East could just choose to bid 3 no trumps. Their other option is trying to show their clubs, but partner has to have good hearts. They've opened diamonds. I would probably just settle in 3 no trumps. If I've already shown my 5-card spade suit, I think that would be okay. What do you reckon?
Why, just out of interest, Pete, why does 2 no trump show 18-19 and not 12-14?
Yeah, so if West had 12 to 14 points, when the auction gets competitive, they don't actually need to keep the auction going. They can pass. Once you've opened the bidding, 12 to 14 balanced is basically what your partner would expect. And if the auction gets competitive, you're planning on bidding 1 no trump. If the opponents push you up, you don't want to let them leverage you up into 2 no trumps. So yeah, 2 no trumps should be 18-19 because the
12 to 14 shouldn't be continuing the auction here without a fit. What about board number 12?
West to dealer, north south vulnerable. West has got 9 points and a 6-4 kind of shape. I know that some people might be cheeky here and open 3 clubs or something as like a very, very aggressive preempt. You're not vulnerable, and you know you've definitely got 6 clubs and sort of like a preemptish style hand. I wouldn't do this. Reason being is that I've got I have a really horrific suit. It's ace empty. And B, I actually have king third heart and void spade. So if partner had a 5-card heart suit, I kind of actually want to play in say 2 hearts, 3 hearts, or 4 hearts. And my hand is going to get vastly better if I find a fit. So if partner actually does have a 5 or a 6-card heart suit, my hand might be worth say 14, 15, as opposed to just the 9 high card points. So definitely not a 3 club preempt. North, so that means West would pass. North has a great hand, 13 count 5-5, so easy 1 heart opener. West I would pass, nothing definitely wouldn't be overcalling a spade. And South, okay, so straight away South's got a great hand, 16 points in response to an opener. I've got a great 6-card spade suit, so I'm always bidding 1 spade. No need to jump to 2 spades or 3 spades. 1 spade's always sufficient just to get us started. But I would definitely be thinking that like this could be a slam hand. Like I'm not going to commit to a slam, but it could be. So I'll just bid a spade. West. Now that you're a passed hand, I don't think it would be unreasonable to bid as West. So when you, it's a bit I'm not sure it's everyone would do it, but I've passed, saying partner I've got less than 12. The auction's gone a heart past a spade, and I actually have both minors. And I actually have a good hand for playing in either minor. I have a good hand for sacrificing. And if I can find a fit with partner, I actually kind of wouldn't mind playing the contract. So I'd be okay with overcalling 2 clubs or making a takeout double. Either one would be fine. Takeout double would obviously show both minors equally, whereas clubs would emphasize the clubs. So I'm a fan of the takeout double, but I definitely know that some people would choose a 2 club bid. So on the assumption I do make a takeout double, North will probably just continue showing their hand. So I'll just bid 2 diamonds and I'm going to go pass from partner because I've got nothing to say. And the South hand over 2 diamonds is strong enough for game. I suppose it's just about deciding now which game. Okay, so sorry, just got to get the auction right in my head. It's going to heart by North, spade by South, takeout double, 2 diamonds by North, pass. I would probably bid 3 clubs, 4th suit forcing. I don't want to bid 2 spades because that's 6 to 9. I can't bid 3 spades because that's 10 to 12, so I just need to establish my game force. So I bid 3 clubs, 4th suit forcing. It'll go pass, and then the North player, they can't bid 3 no trumps because they don't have a club stopper. They've shown their hearts, they've shown 4 diamonds. The question, you've got 2 bids available, I guess. You could either bid 3 diamonds, showing a 5th diamond, or you could bid 3 spades, showing a doubleton spade. Either way, the auction's going to end up in 4 hearts. So if I bid 3 diamonds... 4 spades, sorry, yeah. If I bid 3 diamonds, partner will bid 3 spades and I'll bid 4 spades. Or if I bid 3 spades over the top of the 3 club bid, South will probably just raise up to 4 spades, or maybe go looking for slam. But you should end up in most likely 4 spades either way. Yeah.
Yep. Here, I think looking for slam's a bit awkward. South's got a decent hand, but if you find out North's a 5-5 shape, it feels a bit like a misfit, so I'd be a bit hesitant to go looking.
That's the other thing. If over the top of you bid 3 clubs, 4th suit forcing, North bids 3 diamonds showing a 5-5, you might actually not choose to bid 3 spades. You might just choose to bid 3 no trumps. You've got the club stopper, and partner hasn't shown any interest in spades. So you've got 16 points, you can have lots of points, but you might actually not find your spade fit, but yeah.
I think both options are pretty reasonable. Importantly here, South should be thinking, oh, there's a few games I want to play, but I don't know which one yet. So they want to just go through 4th suit forcing, just saying, I need more information. Moving on to board 13. Here I'd go pass to South. I'd be opening a spade here. In 3rd position, you can open a little bit light, but this is a good 5-4 in the majors, so I'd be happy to open this pretty much anywhere. West has a pretty good hand. They've got 17 points. They've got a few options here. They could just bid 2 hearts. They could consider doubling and bidding hearts. They could vaguely consider something like a no trump, which is a bit weird. but not unreasonable. So here, I don't think this hand's good enough to double and bid hearts. Sometimes people say 16 or more points, but that is like absolute bare minimum. Usually it's sort of up around 18 points that I start considering it, or really good distribution. I really like to have like a 6-card suit or something like that. That makes my playing strength better. So I would just be bidding 2 hearts. It's a bit heavy, but I think it's a good bid here. North would pass in East. Oh wait, North's got 6 points. Partner bid a spade. North would bid 2 spades. And here is East. I'd raise to 3 hearts. It's a hand where if North passed, I would have passed, but I don't want to let the opponents play 2 spades. I got a fit. I'd support partner. South would pass, and as West, I'd raise to 4 hearts. So a spade, 2 hearts, 2 spades, 3 hearts, pass, 4 hearts, and I think that's where the auction should end. What do you reckon?
Yeah, agree with it all. Definitely don't think the West hand's strong enough to double and then bid hearts. And the East cards, it's a very touch and go raise. But once again, if partner makes an overcall, they do it because they want to get raised. So there'd be no need to raise 2 hearts to 3 hearts because you're not strong enough to do that. But at the same time, with the East cards, you don't really want to defend 2 spades when you've got a fit. So definitely tell partner you've got a fit. So
yep. What about board 14?
East is the dealer. Balanced 12 count, so easy 1 club opener. South's got 15 points and a balanced hand. So South has one of 2 options. They could either make a takeout double or they could overcall a strong no trump as well. Personally, over a club, I would make a takeout double as opposed to a 1 no trump because I want to emphasize the fact that I've got 2 4-card majors. So if I overcall a no trump, there's a chance that we might play the wrong part score. We might play in 1 no trump when partner has, say, a 4-card major and a singleton somewhere, when in reality I actually wanted to play in 2 or 3 of the major. So I'd make a takeout double as the South hand. As the West hand, over a club double, this is where the auctions are going to start to get a little bit interesting. You've got balanced 11 count. So if there was no double, your bid would probably be 1 diamond or 2 no trumps, invitational to 3. However, over the double, you've got an option to redouble as well. And depending on how people play that, most people play that a club double redouble would be sort of like 10 plus points, no clear bid. So you could do that. And just for the simplicity, we might just say that you jump to 2 no trumps though. It's the simplest option. It doesn't confuse things. Sometimes when you redouble, it's a high likelihood that you and your partner are going to have a misunderstanding. So if you're just looking for an easy practical bid, a club double 2 no trumps, all pass is probably the option.
Yep. If South did choose to bid a no trump, which is a reasonable choice as well, West would double to show a good hand.
Yeah, absolutely. So West would double for penalties. Partners open showing 12 plus, you've got 11. You're going to have the majority of the points. And then if you look at the North hand, you don't have a great hand. Partner playing in 1 no trump doubled is not going to be a good option. So depending on what you do here, so once again, system becomes a bit of an issue when it goes a no trump double. But some people just play system on, and if you do just play system on and like Stamen transfers, I would actually Stamen with the North hand. I would Stamen and then pass whatever partner's response was. I don't want to play in a no trump doubled. I'd much prefer to play in a 4-3 spade fit, a 4-4 heart fit, or potentially a diamond fit as well. So I think that's North is a practical bid. It's just it goes a no trump double, 2 club Stamen, pass, partner bid something. I'm just going to pass whatever they bid. So.
Yep. Moving on to board 15. Here, South can open a spade. And West has a really good hand, but the opponents just opened their long suit. So they're probably getting really excited about this hand. Now their choices are they could either pass because the opponents have bid their long suit, or they could bid 2 diamonds. I personally would bid 2 diamonds, but how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I would bid 2 diamonds as well, but this is like an alarm bell should be going off when it goes a spade and you're holding ace, king, queen to 5. Not because the opponents don't have spades or anything, just because this is the hand is not going to play nicely, we'll say. So it's North hand partner both going to have shortages in spades. You might not be able to find a diamond fit. It's lots of things can go wrong when an opponent has your long suit as well. So my hand is definitely good enough. And I've got 15, so opposite like a 10 count, I probably do want to play a game of some kind. So I'm definitely there with a bid. But if I was a little bit weaker, let's say I only had like 11 or 12, I might actually consider passing.
So here, after a spade, 2 diamonds, North would pass, and I think East is just good enough for a 3 club bid. South would pass, and with West, I would just be bidding 3 no trumps. You've got a singleton heart, but my general rule is only worry about the suits the opponents tell you to worry about. They told you to worry about spades, and you have them very well covered. So that's probably how I'd try and bid this one.
Yeah, seems good.
Moving on to board 16. How'd you bid that?
16, West is dealer. Easy 1 no trump opener, balanced 16 count. North passes. East has a balanced hand as well, 10 count with a 4 card spade suit. Most people would just stamen, and partner would say I don't have a 4 card major, and then I just bid 3 no trumps. But yeah, that's probably the most practical option.
Yep. Moving on to board number 17. Here, North could open a weak 2 in hearts. They're not vulnerable. I would do it. And East would pass. And South has 21 points and pretty awkward hand. So I've got a few different choices here. They know they've got enough points for game. They could consider looking for a spade fit. If they bid 2 spades here, usually that would be natural and forcing. They could just choose to bid 3 no trumps. They could just choose to be bidding 4 hearts. Now, usually when partner preempts with a singleton, I usually like playing in their suit rather than in no trumps, because if you imagine partner has ace queen to 6 hearts and nothing else, you can't actually get to their hand unless you actually play with that trump suit. Here, partner's got the king jack of spades, but that's not something that you'd typically expect for entries. So I think going 2 hearts plus 4 hearts is quite a reasonable choice. But I think I would probably start with 2 spades, natural and forcing. What do you reckon?
Yeah, so I agree with the singleton king opposite 6 to something, even if it's like queen jack 10 to 6. The queen jack 10 to 6 are going to be useless in no trumps, so you would be looking at a 4 heart contract as opposed to a 3 no trump contract. If you do play some sort of 2 no trumps as some sort of asking bid, I would choose that over 2 spades, just because depending on what I'm asking about, if you're asking about trump quality or generic strength of the hand, they're the 2 things that I want to know. So if partner said I had a generically strong hand but 4 hearts, I would actually choose 3 no trumps. But if partner said I had a good quality heart suit but 4 points, I would choose 4 hearts. But nothing wrong with 2 spades. And if you don't play 2 no trumps as an asking bid, there's nothing wrong with that either. But the practical bid then would just be to bid 4 hearts and hope. And on the hand, it looks like it's not going to make. So
it needs a club lead at trick 1, which not easy for East to find. So
most likely will make.
You might go down, but a lot of the time you could make. What about board 18?
18 East deal, balanced 14 count. Don't think this is strong enough for a no trump in any capacity, so I just open a club. South has nothing to bid, even though they've got good quality clubs. Easy pass. I'd respond to spade. 5-5, you bid the higher ranking of 2 suits first, so a club past a spade. North should pass. East should raise spades, so I'd just bid 2 spades. There's definitely not strong enough to jump to 3 spades. And over the top of 2 spades, I actually think the West hand is strong enough just to bid 4 spades. You've now got a fit. You can start counting shortage points. So I'd value this hand at sort of like 14, 15, as opposed to the 11 high card points that you've got. So over 2 spades, 4 spades, and that's probably it.
Yep. Moving on to board number 19. Here I go pass to North, and I would be opening 2 hearts with the North cards. You got a 6 card suit. This gives East a bit of a dilemma. Their hand's quite good, but they can't make a takeout double. His partner could bid spades, and they've got a shortage and an unbid major, which is a big no-no. They could be intending to double and then bid diamonds, but I don't think this hand's good enough to do that. So I think 3 diamonds is just what you want to do. South would pass. And West has a decent hand opposite their partner's bid. They're sort of a near maximum-ish pass. They could just pass 3 diamonds, like their hand's not fantastic. They could consider bidding 3 no trumps. They're sort of the 2 things that I'd weigh up here. Notice that if you're a passed hand that then tries 3 no trumps, you're not showing like
a massive hand because you're still limited by the fact that you're a pass. I think this is probably best just for West to pass, but it's borderline. What do you reckon?
Yeah, no, I agree. I'd just pass. So playing teams or imp scoring, I'd be much more inclined just to try a 3-no trump contract with the West cards. But playing match points, playing 3 diamonds is probably fine. So I'll just play 3 diamonds and hope partner makes.
Yep. What about board 20?
West is the dealer. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, West. You got 6 diamonds, 3, 10 count. I would not open this a week 2 diamonds if you do play 2 diamonds as weak. I don't think the hand's quite right. You're vulnerable, and I don't think the diamonds are good enough quality. So when vulnerable, you really do need a good quality suit. I'm not vulnerable. I'm really not phased about the quality of my suit, as seen from a few of the previous hands. But this hand I would just pass. Wouldn't open the bidding either. It's not like it's 10 high card points, but the Stiff King of Spades isn't really worth full value. So I would personally pass. North, also with a dubious 2 spade opening. I would also not choose to open that hand 2 spades, as I've got a side 4 card heart suit. So I would pass with the North hand as well. Nobody's going to bid on this hand. Coming down to West. West has a 14 count with a 5 card club suit. You could upgrade this to a strong 1-no trump opener if you wanted to, and I wouldn't criticize anyone for doing that. Opposite a passed hand, do I really want to do that as well? I think I would upgrade this to a strong 1-no trump opener. So I would open a no trump, showing 15 to 17 in a balanced hand. I'm counting the 5th club as an additional point in essence. So I'd open a no trump. Definitely a bit light, and I could end up in a bad game contract doing this. But I feel like it's the most practical bid. Because my other option is I can open a club, partner will respond to major, and I'll just bid a no trump over the top of that anyway. But I do think my hands are just good enough for a 1-no trump opener. So I'd open a no trump, South would pass, and then with the West cards, I would count this as 10. So I'd be looking at a game contract, and I would transfer. Would I transfer to diamonds? So even if partner has a fit in diamonds, I'm not sure I want to play 5 diamonds, especially playing match points. I probably just want to play 3 no trumps. So I would just go 1-no trump past 3 no trumps, and that would be the end of the auction. What are your thoughts, Pete?
Yeah, I reckon I'd have a 1-no, 3-no option here. With the West hand, I wouldn't transfer to diamonds if all you're planning on playing is 3-no trumps anyway, because you're just going to be telling the opponents where something about dumming before they get to actually see it, so you might help them with the lead. I transfer to diamonds with strong hands if, hey, maybe I'm interested in slam, or I think diamonds is a genuine proposition. Here I do think East is worth 15 points. You got a good quality 5 card suit, you got some aces. That 9 of clubs looks pretty appealing. So I would upgrade this into 1-no trump. If you didn't, the auction would just go like a club, a diamond, North might bid a spade, and you'd just bid a no trump. And you could languish in 1-no trump, except for the opponents would probably compete to 2 spades.
Yeah.
And I think getting to game is very difficult if you don't upgrade this East hand.
Yep. On the auction, if say it goes 1-no trump past 3-no trumps, what would you lead as the South?
So you do have a 4 card, like your best suit is clubs. But I wouldn't be leading a club here. So when it goes 1-no trump past 3-no trumps, there's a subtle inference that dummy's not going to come down with too many major suit cards. So if I'm borderline between leading 2 suits here, I would much prefer to lead my major in this spot. So I'd be leading the 5 of hearts, yeah.
5 of hearts.
What about you?
I do agree. So the opponents are likely to have a lack of majors. It is quite possible though that the 1-no trump opener just has like 4 good hearts and leading a heart bad. I wouldn't criticize anyone for also leading the 10 of diamonds, just as like a passive lead, believe it or not. Yeah. So then that's the reason why you wouldn't want to show diamonds on the West cards. So some people would lead the 10 of diamonds. It's the safest lead to make from the South hand. I'm not saying I advocate for the safe leads all the time, but I'm not really liking leading any particular suit. So I wouldn't criticize a diamond lead, but I probably would lead a heart on the hand.
Okay. Moving on to board number 21.
Here, North would pass, and East can open a heart. South has a good 6-card club suit. They're vulnerable against not. I wouldn't be bidding here, but I don't think it's that far away. But if South passes, West has a game-forcing hand with 3-card support. Some people might just bid 3 no trumps here, which says, I've got a 4-3-3 with a fit, enough points for game, where do you want to play? Just sort of a choice of game contract. Alternatively, some people might show a 3-card game force a different way. Maybe you start by bidding a new suit and showing your support later. Whatever your partnership does, I think East-West would probably end this one in 4 hearts. Whether it be a heart, 3 no, East would take it to 4 hearts, or it might go a heart, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, and West would bid 4 hearts over that. What about board number 22?
22, East is dealer, 18 points, balanced hand. So you're 18-19 balanced, so you're planning on just opening a minor, rebidding 2 no trumps. So I would just open a club. Some people would choose to open a diamond, but I want to open clubs, particularly if I'm 4-4 in the minors and I'm intending on rebidding 2 no trumps. I always want to open a club, and then when partner asks, I can bid 3 diamonds. Partner, I've got clubs and diamonds. So that's why I choose to open a club as opposed to a diamond. So a club, South passes. The East hand, now just
the West hand.
The West hand, sorry. You've got 4 high card points, but I don't believe you should pass this. You passing a club when you've got a 6-4 in the majors is definitely not recommended. You've got even if you just count length points, you get yourself up to 6 points. And I don't want to play in a club when I could just be playing in 2 or 3 hearts. And I could actually make 4 hearts or 4 spades on this hand as well if I found a fit. So I'd respond to heart. North probably North could make a dubious takeout double if they wanted to. 4 spades and 5 diamonds, so it's gone a club, pass a heart. You do have the other 2 suits, and you're not vulnerable. So I wouldn't criticize anyone for making a takeout double. I don't quite think it's there though. The texture of the hand isn't quite right. Like the high card points, you need a little bit more, I think, as well. So I'd pass as the North hand. East would rebid 2 no trumps, and it would go pass. And once again, with the West cards, I don't want to pass 2 no trumps. I'm definitely playing this hand in a major, and I want to play as low as possible. So if I can bid 3 hearts is probably forcing, so I can't do that. I would really just want to be able to pass when a partner's bids. So it's a practical way to do that. I suppose the practical way to do that is to bid 3 clubs sort of check back if you play check back, or 3 diamonds check back if you play 3 diamonds check back, over which partner will bid 3 no trumps, and then I'm going to be forced to bidding 4 hearts. If partner would say bid 3 hearts or 3 spades, I would strongly consider passing either one of those.
Yeah, I actually think that you might be saddened to end up in 4 hearts, but I think you've got another decent chance of actually making this one. It's hard for the opponents to get more tricks. They'll probably get the 3 aces.
So when I say I'd be sad to get there, it's not because I'm going down. It's just because when I look at the West cards, I don't think I'm going to make it. Like on the hand, I might make it, and as just a quick glance, it looks like you've just got 3 aces to lose. But yeah, so there's definitely an opportunity for you maybe to lose something else as well. I think it's a spade rough that beats you, isn't it?
Yeah, so the opponents have to get in and lead spades pretty early on to do that.
So I think to actually beat the contract, North needs to lead a low spade, or they need to lead a diamond to South's ace, who then switches to a spade, and North ducks the ace. So you'll most likely make 4 hearts if you do get there, because I do think that's a tough defense to find. So
yeah. Moving on to board number 23. Yeah, South would pass. West has 6 diamonds but is vulnerable, so should be passing. And North can open a diamond. East has a balanced 16 count. The 2 choices that they might be considering, and I think one of them is much better. I would just be bidding a no trump here. Queen third's good enough to be a stopper. I think it's a great description of your hand. Some people might be choosing to double because they're a little bit worried about their diamond stopper. But largely, if you start with a double, you can get yourself into awkward positions where you're not sure, should I bid again or not? I'd just be bidding a no trump and hoping that leaves the auction nice and easy for us to understand. And South has 7 points. It's gone a diamond and no trump. They've got a void in partner's suit. They're not strong enough to really be doubling here. And they it's awkward for them to try and bid anything. They might try bidding something, but depends on what your agreements are. I wouldn't be surprised if South passed, West passed, and North passed.
Yeah, that all sounds reasonable, to be honest. I would actually make the takeout double as opposed to a one no trump bid. That's just my preference. As Pete said, you definitely do face some awkward decisions later because you haven't communicated the strength of your hand accurately. And so if it goes like you make your takeout double, South bids something, and then partner bids, say, 2 hearts or 2 spades, you may not know if you should or should not raise that. So it definitely can become tough, but I'm a fan of the takeout double. That's just me. So
if it does go a diamond double, South would just bid a heart.
Yep.
North can bid a spade. South would
raise to 2 spades.
They're vaguely considering 3 spades.
Yeah, 3 spades.
They do have a void in their partner's suit, and there has been a takeout double. Those 2 things make me err on the side of caution here. Voids in suits to your partner's shown are worse than just a random void somewhere. So I think this is just a 2 spade bid. But I don't think it's crazy for South to be bidding 3 spades.
Yeah, agree.
Moving on to board number 24.
Okay, West is the dealer. So 7 clubs and 4 hearts. Once again, I would not be preempting this hand. You've definitely got the right club suit for a preempt. However, if partner has got hearts, the strength of your hand balloons. So you definitely don't want to be bidding 3 clubs because you miss a 4 heart contract a lot of the time. That said as well though, if you were going to make a preempt on this, I'm more okay with doing it with a heart suit as opposed to a spade suit, just because spades are the master suit. But I would pass. North, easy 1 spade opener. West is easy pass as well. And South is probably, you've got spade support and hearts. This is interesting. Depending on what raise structures you had, if I had a way to sort of make a forcing spade raise, I wouldn't mind doing that. I'm not 100% sure how people do that. Some people play that 2 no trumps as some sort of a forcing spade raise. But if you don't have that option available to you, you can just start off with a 2 heart bid, just to say, 10 or more points, 5 or more hearts. And it should go pass. Partner will rebid 2 spades. It'll go pass. You can then raise to 4 spades. So the 2 spade bid by North, just 12 to 14 points, 5 or 6 card spade suit. South shouldn't be interested in slam opposite this. To make slam, they need the ace king of spades and the ace king jack of diamonds, say, which is probably a bit too much to hope for. So I think South just has an easy 4 spade bid over 2 spades.
What about West bidding the second time around?
That's a good point, and definitely something that I would do. So over the top of 2 hearts as West, I would actually overcall 3 clubs. So the opponents have now bid hearts. I'm not concerned about missing my heart fit anymore. So I'm not vulnerable. Chances of getting doubled and going for big numbers kind of low. And this could actually be a great hand to take a sacrifice. So North's opened, partner's passed, and South's made a 2/1 bid, bidding 2 hearts. So the opponent's most likely to have the values for game. So if we can find a 5 club sacrifice, it could be a good save. It might not be a good save as well. But I'm definitely open to, if partner wants to bid 5 clubs at any stage. I'm not committing to bidding 5 clubs. I'm only bidding half of the 5 clubs by bidding 3 clubs. And so if partner's got a good fit and that is a viability, then we can play. So yeah.
Moving on to board number 25. Here we go pass, and Ace can open 1 club on this. South definitely shouldn't be doubling. You've got a doubleton and an unbid major. 1 diamond's fine. And West can bid a spade. North would pass. And East has a choice here. They could either rebid 2 clubs, showing their 6 card club suit. I personally would probably just bid a no trump if there was a 1 diamond overcall. King, queen, 3rd diamond makes me want to be playing in no trumps rather than in my club suit. So I have it go a club, a diamond, a spade, pass, a no trump. South doesn't have anything else to add, so they'll pass. West is still curious. Do they actually have a spade fit? They've only shown 4 at this stage. So they might be able to bid an asking bid to check for 3 card support. However your partnership does that, whether it be new minor forcing or some sort of check back. The East hand would just repeat their clubs, say, hey, actually I've got a stack of clubs. And then West can go to 3 no trumps.
I really like the 1 no trump bid. and you've got a doubleton spade as well, so it might actually help you playing the correct part score sometimes as well. So if partner has a weak hand with 5 spades and short clubs, they might just repeat 2 spades over the top of 1 no trump as well. So the doubleton partner suit definitely is a good thing for making the dubious 1 no trump rebid. So,
yep. What about board number 26?
East is dealer, easy pass. South, 11 high card points and a 5 card major. I would open this. So 11 and a 5 card major I think is strong enough to open. So I know that some people wouldn't. It's not a great looking hand, don't get me wrong, but I would open. So I'd open a heart. Next hand should probably pass. Only 10 points, not strong enough for a takeout double. North has a game forcing hand. So what you'd want to do is you just really want to explore, do we have a spade fit? Do we have a heart fit? And if we have neither one of those things, does partner have a diamond stopper? So I'd start just by bidding 1 spade. Then go pass. South would rebid 1 no trump. It would go pass. And now as the north hand, I know that we don't have a heart fit because partner would rebid hearts if they had 6. So it's just about finding does partner have a spade fit for me? So I'd new minor forcing, check back, whatever it was. And partner would show a 3 card spade suit, and then I'd just bid 4 spades, and that would be the end of the auction.
Moving on to board number 27. Here, South can open a heart. West has a fabulous hand with 6-5 in the black suits. There's no appropriate... well, they could bid 2 hearts, sorry. They can bid Michael's Q bid here, showing spades and a minor. So 5 spades and at least a 5 card minor. And North has spades as well. They've got a decent hand. They're sort of awkwardly placed. I would probably start with a pass. The other bids are a bit awkward. I want to see where the opponents end up. So over heart, 2 hearts, North can pass. East can bid 3 clubs, pass or correct. And South would pass. West would pass. And as North, I'd probably try... You could consider double. You could consider 3-no. This North hand's really awkward. Another potential option that they've got is just doubling 1 heart, 2 hearts, double. Depends on how you play double. Some people play that as a 2 heart raise, which you don't have. Other people play it as I can penalize one of the opponent's suits. They could do that. But it's really awkward for North. How would you tackle it?
So over a heart, 2 hearts. I think with 10, you want to do something. So I would make a bit of some capacity. I like to play the double as just showing some values, as opposed to penalties of one of their suits. And then so sort of like to start what I call 1, 2, 3 doubles. So the first double is values, the second double by our partnership would be takeout, and then the third would be penalties. But sort of by doubling 2 hearts, I'm not committing my side to be bidding at the 3 or the 4 level. I'm just saying, hey partner, I've got sort of at least 10 points, which I do is kind of nice. Normally I don't. On this hand I actually do. So I'll go a heart, 2 hearts, Michael's Q bid. I would double, showing some values. I 100% agree that E should just be bidding 3 clubs, pass or correct. As the south hand now, you can you sort of know that you've got enough points for game. Partner showed 10 or more. I've got 14. I think I just I'm in the committal phase. I've also got a 5 card heart suit, so I would make a 3 clubs double takeout, I would double 3 clubs as takeout. That's the second double. It would go pass, and then as the north hand, you can do one of 2 things. You could either bid 3 no trumps, or you could pass 3 clubs doubled.
But yeah, this action's pretty messy. It could go very easy to get awkwardly placed with the north-south cards.
Question for you, Pete. When the auction goes 1 heart, 2 hearts, as the East player, what kind of a strength are you expecting from your partner?
Very varied. People do all kinds of different ranges. Some people play Michael's bids as weak or strong. My general preference is just, if I want to show 2 suits, I'll just try and show it. I don't have a definitive range. I make it varied based on how much what the vulnerability is, what level I'm sort of forcing my partner to. I just try and I don't do it on that weaker hands compared to some other people. What about you?
So I imagine that I'm just overcalling 2 of my suit, and am I strong enough to overcall 2 of that suit? If I am, then I'll make my Michael's Q bid. So when it goes a heart, when I bid 2 hearts, I'm showing a 2 spade bid and a 3 club bid. Would I be strong enough to make a 2 spade or a 3 club overcall in like a normal sort of an auction? If the answer to that is yes, then I think I'm strong enough. So I just play it overcalling strength and above is just what I find the simplest thing. And then the important thing to remember though is that as the partner of the Michael's Q bidder, so if the auction goes 1 heart, 2 hearts pass, if you just bid 2 spades, that's not saying I have a spade fit. That's saying partner, if you'd overcalled 2 spades, I was going to pass you in 2 spades. Or if you bid 3 clubs, that's not saying partner, I have a club fit. That's saying if you'd overcalled 3 clubs, partner, I would have passed you in clubs. So it's important just to remember that as well as the responder. So if you just play it as overcalling strength pass, partner can sort of just respond as if they're raising your suits. And I find that's just the simplest, most practical way to do it.
Yep. And moving on to our final board. Here, West has 15 points with a 5-4-2-2 shape. If my 5-card suit was a minor, I would usually show this as a balanced hand, but with a major, I like to show it as unbalanced. So I'd be opening a heart. This one kind of looks no trumpy to me, so I don't mind 1 no trump on this particular hand, but I would be bidding a heart. I would overcall 1 spade with the North hand. You've only got 7 points. Often people say you need 8 or more, but my suit quality is pretty good. I would bid a spade. Would you?
Yeah, I definitely. I'm vulnerable as well. Yeah, a bit of spade. So I don't really. I'm vulnerable against knots, so this could work out quite poorly for me. If I get doubles, I would be bidding a spade.
It's definitely a touch or go overcall. If it goes a heart pass, East has enough points for game, and they've got a fit for hearts. They want to show their 3-card game forcing raise. However you do that. Often it might be just bidding a new suit and then just supporting later. So might go a heart, pass, a spade. South would pass. West could bid 2 clubs. North would pass. And East you could jump to either 3 hearts or 4 hearts. 3 hearts should be this a raise depending on your methods, because usually you can show your invitational raises immediately. And 3 hearts would leave room to investigate slam if you had that. If you're a bit worried about that, then you can just bid 4 hearts, which would end the auction. But I do like the 3 heart bid if you've got that available. If it went a heart 1 spade overcall, with the East hand, I would bid 2 spades, showing 10 or more points with a fit for hearts. South would pass, and West would jump to 4 hearts. East is a little bit more, but if partner had significantly more than a 4 heart bid, they should be doing something else. I'd probably just be passing that. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I agree with everything, except I would have actually opened a no trump. So even though I have 5 hearts and 4 clubs, it's the honor doubletons in the 2 other suits that really I really want that lead coming around to my queen X of spades and my ace jack of diamonds. On the hand, a diamond lead's not great, but if partner's got 10 third diamond or something like that, then the lead coming around gives me a lot of value there. So agree with everything, except I would have been cheeky and opened a no trump.
It did happen. East would transfer to spades. West would bid 2 spades. East would then bid 3 no trumps, or actually bid 3 clubs, because their hand might be interested in slam opposite a strong no trump opening.
Yep.
But if you bid 3 clubs, West would probably just bid 3 no trumps.
Yeah, you can bid 3 no trumps, or you can bid 3 hearts to sort of highlight the fact that you've got. So when partner bids, transfers to spades and then bids 3 clubs, they're sort of showing 9, 10 cards in the black suits, meaning that they're only going to have 3 or 4 cards in the red suits. So if partner has short diamonds, then I don't really want to play in 3 no trumps, especially when we've just put up our hands and said we've got spades and clubs covered. So the opponents are always going to be leading a red suit. So I'd actually, over 3 clubs, I'd bid 3 hearts to say, hey partner, I've got hearts. But diamonds, if you've got short diamonds, I don't really want to play in no trumps. And then over the top of that, partner would probably they wouldn't bid 3 no trumps because they don't have diamonds. They could raise 3 hearts to 4 hearts, or they could just rebid 3 spades or something like that. But I'd get in a mess is really what's happened. So opening a no trump got me into a mess. So
usually opening a no trump simplifies the auction, but this one gets tangled up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks all for playing the Grand National Novice Pairs. Hope you had a fabulous time, and thanks, Max, for joining me.
Thanks all. Bye.